Hey guys, welcome back to a new video of Above End, and I am joined with Operateur.
Hello there.
Hello, hello. It felt like it's been such a long time since I said like welcome to Above End. Um, I haven't been in
Yeah,
here
I think so.
for quite a while, um, but today I'm taking a little break on the wasteland and going back to the mine train stations that we got going on in this island here. You've seen Operateur do the mine train coasters in some videos back, and I have then taken over the mines here and did some some stations and stuff. Um, and today I'm finishing off the second station we have, which is gonna be to the Explorer mine train. I think that was we agreed on calling the second one here, right?
Yes, indeed. The first one was, well, I cannot remember it. What was it again? The first one?
I think it's like
Digger? Yeah, Digger.
yeah, yes, exactly. So
Yeah, okay.
so the first goal of the first station were mainly to make it look like a busy station with like all kinds of stuff just placed here because that's what they're gonna need for going deep into the mines, right? And
Yeah.
then I decided on this station to make it more of like the explorer station, so you could actually see that this is more like where you actually can jump on a train and actually go and and see how the mine looks without all the busyness all the way around. Um,
Yeah.
and I don't know why, but for some weird reason, I just felt like that my groove kind of went this way, and I wanted to finish off this particular area here, especially the stations, because it's a few episodes back, and I made the last one. Um, so my main goal also was to start a little bit on the queue, finish off the queue line too, which we also will see me do in this video. Um, but I think I needed a little bit of a break on the wasteland. Of course, I think Overture is you're still pretty much going on that part.
Yeah,
Like
indeed. But yeah, there is still a lot of work on the island itself. Right, well, not on the island, but inside mostly. Like the ending of the mine trains, so the last part. I still have an idea, but yeah, it's something for another day, I think.
yeah, like it's mainly like what the island on like the exterior on the island need is just polish, right? And then it's
Mm.
mainly all the inside stuff you can see that needs a good hand.
Yeah,
Um,
indeed. And we're also gonna, well, we are supposed to make the video for the dark ride as well.
that too, yeah.
We were
Because
planning to do it a while ago, but yeah, it's slipped our minds, I guess, and because the dark ride is almost finished, I guess.
yeah, it's pretty much there. We just need some sound effects and maybe I mean you did spookify it up. Is that a word? But you did make it
Well, it is
spooky.
now. Yeah. Yeah, there
um,
is a little bit still on the station. Well, the last part in the station room, I should say. So
right.
just before the last turn to get off the car, I think the left wall is still empty, still need work. But other than that, I think everything is done. So
Yeah, and then it's just the sound effects and all we need to add in as
yeah,
well. Um,
true.
so what I'm doing here is that when people want to go out of the mine here, I think it definitely needed something here as soon as you also stepped out. I'm sorry, of the station. Um, so what I did was I made this sort of little shed, not compared to the others, but just use the normal wooden planks, to make a shack sort of thing, just to make it look more authentic to how the mine look, right? And
Yeah,
so I didn't do a lot to it, just put some windows on, some shutters, doors, and that's pretty much what I do to it. But for some weird reason, I kind of like what it did to kind of like the entry and the exit to the mines here. Because it definitely filled up that little empty space there were with just terrain, and I definitely felt like it added a lot more to it. And afterwards, I go over to the queue line, as I mentioned before. But here I don't do, as I said, much stuff because I can't really add so much as you guys can see here. I just put down the famous barrel. You know, you gotta put the barrel down.
Yeah, I don't know how many barrels we have in this part, but there will be a lot of them.
Oh yeah, that's another Easter egg for you if you guys get bored. Then count the
Well,
barrels.
but then we have to count ourselves to see what the amount is.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm not planning to do that if you want to.
No, you do got a point. You do got a point. Um, you also saw me do a little bit of a gate here. I don't know if that's the gate or entrance that we're gonna go for now. It was just mainly a little spontaneous idea I got. I wanted to try see if I can kind of like close the mine more in with some sort of a gateway, you know. So
Yeah, I think it's a good idea, to be honest.
yeah, and if it comes to, as I remember correctly, we need to do some more support work and stuff, so you actually won't see the entrance from the outside, only when you walk inside of the behind the
Oh yeah,
right.
maybe you can see it through the metal supports, but yeah, we still have to do that. So
Yeah, there's still a lot more stuff to tackle here in above end for sure. So here I was trying to do something into the queue here because the other queue is mainly just as I say, you know, it's super busy and it has all these sort of assets I put down, like yeah, just all the mining stuff you do. So here I wanted to have something where kind of like you can, like when they have to put down all the way down to the mine, all the way to the bottom or something, you can just throw it in here and it will go down there. Like it's some sort of a little, how can you call this, a vent or some sort of way where everything just goes down with it.
oh, like the things that you see in movies, those elevators, things to
Yeah, to transport stuff, kind of like.
yeah, where the
So
kids always jump in and
yeah, and hide from the bad
yeah.
guys. Yeah, exactly
I
those.
don't know how you call that, to be honest, but yeah.
But that's kind of like the idea I had with this. I don't know if I should, like here I was struggling a bit if I should have one open and closed, but I just ended up having both of them open. It kind of gave it a nice effect.
Yeah.
I just put some custom supports on it. Here, some ropes, kind of like made a good effect on it too. Kind of like feel like it can open and close. So yeah, it was just a quick thing, nothing fancy. Because I felt like it added a little bit to the queue here. At this point, I didn't really have a good scale of where the people or where the guests could reach because the ride wasn't or wasn't finished yet. So it kept on. I couldn't open it at some point, but I think you also fixed that now, right?
Yeah, but the strange thing was that the coaster was open. There were people riding it, but it's still somewhere crashed with the people inside it. I didn't have that before in Planet Coaster.
Yeah, that's.
But probably because the terrain is not complete, that you cannot open it. So it's very strange.
Yeah. I do because I did get it open at some points, and then it was open for like. Then guests went down, and then they just went back up again for some weird reason. But I guess
strange.
it bugged out on us or something.
Yeah, mostly because I used extra coaster track for like diverting tunnels and stuff, and so it seems that you're going left, but you are going right. So a lot of extra coaster track where the coaster doesn't actually go, if you get what I mean.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
And I think one of the corners or turns was wrongly connected somehow.
Yeah. Okay. Well, that makes sense.
It should be fixed. It should be fixed now. So.
Yeah. So there will be guests here standing in queue at some point where I kind of see where how a little bit off I was from the scale, but it's mainly just sometimes the guests walk outside of the queue, even though like the queue path you put, like they stand a little bit outside of it
Oh yeah, yeah,
sometimes.
true.
Um, so yeah, I tried my best here. We will eventually go back and do some stuff, but something I did get reminded of when I went back here was the compactness I have to build in here. Like
Yeah.
just wrong, just one camera move, just one camera move just makes it just can flip. You know, like it's like, oh crap. But yeah, it's just it's okay. I mean, that's why I also felt like I needed to get finished here though. Especially with this, because you also see here every time I placed a rock, I was afraid that I was gonna destroy your or block something you did on the on the island itself, because you made that little
Oh
fountain
yeah,
and stuff.
yeah,
So
true. That also sometimes happen that you completely finish one part inside of the mountain, and afterwards, in like another build you are doing, and then you are looking all things sticking out on the top. Then damn it, then we have to redo everything. So
yeah, that's exactly what happened here. So, but I think I maybe uh, remove one rock or something, and that's pretty much it. Doesn't really
oh
do
yeah, it's
any
fine.
difference to I think so. But as you see here, I kind of like the interaction both queues have. That you kind of like can see both queues when you're standing in line. That it has like this open thing that they can kind of like switch platform. If in that sense that the people that live here kind of like can go back and forth from the platforms without, yeah. So
Oh
I
yeah,
kind of
that's
like
cool.
that open room they have to each other.
Yep.
Um, so now we are going over to the station here. First, when I actually just started on it, I just felt like I was gonna go slow on it and just do the plank work here, as you can see. So you can see the station bit and all. Because I wasn't entirely sure how I was gonna tackle that explorer kind of theme and vibe, and still keep the immersive feeling to it. Like, you know, also the little bit, especially when you see it at night, it has like this super nice ambience when I start putting all those lights to it. But I did get a fun idea at first though, because you see here where the guests are waiting. I feel like it would be kind of fun to do a kind of ticket booth. So while they're standing here, anyways, I might as well make something entertaining stand here, right? So
Mm.
I placed down an animatronic here next to them, kind of like that are there to kind of like give them a ticket or so, since this is the explorer station, right? So they kind of like have to buy their way to see it. Where the
Yeah,
other
it's
one
neat.
is more of a worker station. So I felt it was kind of fun, and then I actually just went on with that and kind of like just got ideas the more I added to it, and you know how it is, right? So so I'm actually
Yeah,
quite satisfied on how this whole thing ended up looking. Well, of course you guys will see it at the end, but just the thing is that when you just go in without kind of like, I want to do something, but I don't know what it is, and you just like kind of like searching in the park to like, what can I do, you know. So
mm,
I was quite happy that I just went on and just took this, just yeah, because I've been struggling a lot with building stuff lately. um Especially
well,
for above end.
I like the idea for the ticket booth and stuff, because the part here that you are building in now, it's like a very big open space on the station platform. So I think it's a very nice solution to have some kind of booths there with a guy selling tickets or stuff.
Yeah, yeah. I was hoping you would like it too, because I felt like that was kind of cool to kind of like have sort of the guest feeling. They could interact with the scenery, or like a
Yeah.
person that's in the little shed here or something, you know. Um, and again, I didn't want to go super crazy. with trim work and stuff, okay, I do actually a little bit, but not super. Because again, it's very like it's down here. I didn't want this to be like that. They use so much time to make this looks this looks pretty, you know, since it's like in a mine sort of. But I still wanted it to look sort of decent since it is more of a explorer station. You know, it should be welcoming people, not scare them away. You know.
Yeah, like the dark rides.
Yeah, like the dark. So
with cut off heads of crows in the station.
that was a neat idea, though. I've never seen anyone do that, so that was awesome.
Well, we are gonna do a scary ride anyway, so well, kind of a bit scary maybe.
Yeah, I mean, it depends on how scary we can make. I think it's more the vibe we need to focus on, right? The ambience and stuff.
Yeah.
Some spooky sound. I don't know. Can we make jump scares in this little area we got on the dog ride? Maybe we can.
Well, I don't know. Maybe, but maybe it's not necessary.
Yeah, maybe it's not.
If we have like a nice suspenseful soundtrack, I think that will be enough or better even. But we will see. Well, I like the numbers you made here for the rows.
Yeah, I thought it was a kind of a neat idea to do. At first, you saw me struggle a little bit on the left side before they go over to it, but all signs I used there were just too big. So
yeah, the signs.
Yeah, so they went over on this other side here, and it actually worked quite okay. So I was quite happy with it. And here I'm making see-through the windows here because I actually felt like it was kind of cool that you could look through the ticket guy and you can see the train leaves the station now and then while you're waiting.
Yep.
But I don't do it here when they stand though, because it also meant that the more I do, then the more I have to do inside of it, because it doesn't look very pretty just having a empty room and just some guy standing there, right? So.
Oh yeah, for sure.
That was mainly just for the. I was trying to make it look so it had the angle just to look at those two windows when you look through it.
Yeah.
But I gotta say, I kept on adding stuff. I felt like, when can I even when does it end? When can I say, okay, now I can't fill anything? I actually think I fill up the entire station here, and yeah. I'm quite happy with it though.
Yeah, it's good that you finished this this area in one video. So.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, of course, there are always those small things, but the small things are always something we can just go in and do for ourselves without recording and stuff,
Yeah, true.
All the
probably at the end, probably.
Yeah, stuff like that. I mean, I do there is really also some stuff I wanna we talked about the buildings on the island that have front to the island, the front side.
Oh yeah.
The first
ones we don't.
Yeah, they definitely need a little redoing. Definitely some more detailing though, because they look super pale compared to all the other stuff now.
Yeah, I think we can just add stuff, and then that will be okay.
Yeah, for sure. Okay, so here I was actually in a little bit of a dilemma, or how do you say? Because after I built this, but I actually had no idea what I was going to use it for. Thing was, I just wanted one more, shed or something, one more, because I wanted it to be super compact and close, so you couldn't see anything. You could just see guests coming by. So I while I built this, I was like, what can this be? And you also, I was, can it be a waiting room? But then that would really don't make sense since they're already standing in line and waiting for the ticket, and can it be like a baggage claim? Or then I was like, nah, but they don't really. So, but I ended up just making it like a lost item thing, because they go into the mines, right? And so I didn't. I wanted to write something then expect your stuff to get found whenever, because it's in a mine. They'll probably never find it. Some sort of a funny little thing, but I never got so far. I only wrote like lost items, you know. So, but
Oh yeah, okay.
guys, see already there. I'm struggling with information, lost items. Yeah, then it didn't really work. I was struggling a lot what I could do with this, and also thought if I should make it an open bar, you know, like an open bar where people could just sit and wait for the
Yeah.
train or something. I had so many things too, but I was also a little bit afraid that it was gonna look too much. I don't know, say Western or something like that.
Oh yeah, I see what you mean. Yeah.
So I just kept going with this kind of theme here and just said, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna. I think I put a fence in front of it, so it felt. I was thinking like maybe the mine could be some sort of, you know, like it's a little bit of the bad guys that are down here, you know, like they live down here and work here, so they've seen stuff, you know, other than the apocalypse.
Yeah.
So I feel like you could make them like a little bit of like, I don't know, like small criminals or something that kind of like, you know, if you had to get your stuff, you had to pay for it or something, even though you lost in the mines, something like that, right? So
Yeah.
I'm putting like some sort of a fence in front of it and stuff, so they could just like peek in and see where's my stuff at, and then pay a fee for it and stuff. Yeah, you know, I get crazy when I build with thoughts. So that's kind of like what we are at now. That's kind of the idea I had now. So that's what you're gonna see me build here the next 10 minutes here before the cinematics. But I'm quite happy though with the entire thing here. I'll probably end up going back to the wasteland afterwards, but I just felt like I needed to do a little bit stuff on the island itself this time. So yeah.
Yeah, I really liked what you did. When I went back in the park to check it, yeah, first of all, I didn't really remember what part you did earlier and what part you did now. So I was just guessing, but I then afterwards remembered that you did the digger first and no, this one. So, but I like the two sections of stations. They're like very, very nice interwoven with each other and open areas between them.
Yeah. That's Thank you, man. I also it's really a nice effect there is when you are down there in the mines. You hear all the mine trains like driving around, and it really has that nice vibe to it. You could definitely feel like it's a mine when you're down there.
Yep, for sure.
So here you did a little bit of stuff in another video where you started a little bit on the theming to the mine train here. You see in the little cave here in the front. I'm using some of that kind of like to extend it a little bit, so the station connects with sort of these sort of little mine contraptions supports you've did here.
Oh yeah, it's the first part. I actually did on the trains, I guess.
Yeah, I think so too, actually.
Yeah, I was planning to have like the wooden catwalk that you see here, completely following the train.
Yep, I kind of thought that was your idea with it, so I also extended it here.
I think I've done a large part of it already to the inside the mountain. I mean, but yeah, we'll see. But I guess it will be nice if we have a full catwalk. But yeah, it's a lot of work, I think, still.
Oh yeah, well, we're not in a hurry, right? So.
I know.
And I actually also like the little addition I did to the station where I kind of like give the operator a little booth he can stand in and stuff too, kind of like integrated into the terrain as well. I thought that was kind of neat to have him kind of like enclosed there too.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You saw me do that a little bit ago, and here I'm just trying to see where I can add stuff, and of course we need a bell to like, yeah, train is leaving, you know, like have to have that.
Yeah.
Sure. And afterwards here, I'm just walling up this area here and trying to make sense of things. So that actually, because it's gonna be an open area, so you could actually see everything inside. So I had to, like, if I put a window on this side, I had to also put a window on this side, because you can actually see it from all or two angles almost, right? So it would make sense to have that.
Yeah.
So here you see I'm doing that little safety net towards the lost items thing here. And actually, I don't know, I thought it was a super cool idea to have it like this. And yeah, it just filled up the space, right? It did the job. And I just, for some reason, I hate that we can't take away the iron bars on the station. Like just this section you see me enclosure here.
Yeah, it's true.
It's so big and clumsy.
Yeah, the stations are always way big, and all those those middle pieces indeed.
Yep.
It's also sad that we cannot place the path, the entrance and exit thingy on the sides of the platform.
That too.
On the edges, so on the same side where the coaster enters and exits, if you understand what I mean.
Yep, I totally understand what you mean. Yeah, the pathing should be, yeah. We shouldn't even get started on this.
No, not true.
But here I just fill up the room here, you know, the storage room here. Actually, this is the first time I used those helmets, that helmet shelf there. Never used it, but I felt like they fitted good in here for kind of like a mine thing, even though they're for sci-fi. So, but
I think it works.
It does the job, right? So
yeah.
Here I'm mainly just doing some trim work, kind of like figuring out what to do here, because this is where the guest comes from, so they see this little section here where you actually enter to the lost items storage here. So I felt like I needed to close this off and kind of like, so like no one goes in here. This is only staff, right? But no signs were small enough for me to actually write only staff here, so it was just this nets or rope here I used. So.
Yeah, I think it works.
Yeah, it's okay. And of course, sometimes I see stuff on the speed build that I don't notice when I build. Like there are some planks and stuff that needs a little bit of rotation. And there's a little bit of the same texture somewhere, especially at the Q line. So that's something also that's in the polish part of this. So that's something I'll definitely go back and redo a little bit, because I noticed it myself here a few minutes ago that it's a little bit of the same texture you see. So to go change that.
Yeah, we can do it afterwards.
Yeah.
Gonna have a look, overview everything, and do what we must and change stuff and make it final. But that's still some time left for that, of course.
Yeah, exactly. So okay, here at this point I felt like as soon as I started decorating the right side, then the left side just began to become more empty, you know, even though there were stuff, but you know what I mean? Like the more you put on right side, then left side gets more, I don't know, bare or something. So I kind of like just had to like just plop things in there just to see how it would look and not have it to look too bare. So that's kind of like what I'm doing here now, just filling up, because people will never ever walk here anyways. But just made a little bit of room for like the illusion of the people that work here can actually walk here. So, yeah. I think we are close to the end here now. Because I remember the last part I was doing is kind of like these bountings here.
You like those bountings, right?
I really do like the bountings, man. I don't know what it is. They do something. Kind of like with ropes. Just the things that is hanging. I don't know what it is. I like it. You see, I managed to place a lot of stuff in here.
Yeah, it's really packed with detail, and I like it a lot.
Thanks, man. Really appreciate it. Because I was, I was kind of like Okay, man, I'm just gonna jump in here and see what I can build, because for some weird reason I just don't feel the wasteland right now, but it will come back. I know it will. So I just need a little bit of break from it.
Yeah,
So it's very tedious work, all that wasteland stuff, right? So
yeah, it's true.
um,
Yeah, you need like an idea or a vision for something to build, because if you just looking at an open surface on the wasteland, then yeah, it's hard to start on it if you don't have an idea to build. So
exactly my point. Yeah. um, all right. So just ended up doing the last tunnel work here before the cinematic. So yeah, this is pretty much it. This
yep, great job.
Thanks, man. So this was the Explorer station for the mine train coasters here. Pretty happy of the end result here, guys. Thanks so much for joining me today, Operateur. Appreciate it, man.
Oh yeah, sure. I love to. So
Yeah, it's always a pleasure, man. And if you guys want more of me and Operateur, go check out my vlog and the two ones that are upcoming here the next week or so. We are traveling through Sweden over the summer then. So check those out, guys, and leave a like on the video if you think it deserves it. Have an awesome day, guys, and we'll see you next time. Bye-bye.
spoiler alert: wildfire's #1.
Woo!
Goodbye. Yoo-hoo!